evening. Today, I would like to speak to you a few things. I think it's very important things. It's about something that I wrote. Something is off. Okay, imagine you all have a button in front of you. Okay, at the count of three, I want you to press that button. Ready? One, two, three. Good evening, my name is Ahmad Salah. Today I'm going to talk to you about some of the most contagious things that can be given to a human being, which is called vitality. Thank you. Now, did you notice a difference between the two introductions? I had one, it was so difficult to do it because I can't do it at all. And the next one, you actually smiled. I could see some faces changing. Why is that? Because there was introduction of vitality into your minds through me. As human beings, we influence each other. And this speech, I'm going to talk about how can you use that energy to build yourself, to grow, and to come out of that box that we stayed in the first introduction. Number one thing, as a human being, what do we do every day? We try to learn a new thing, a new skill, a new expression, and even it could be a new name of a person, because our brains never stop working. And for individual growth, we need to control something called the mindset. We could work in different environments. We could be inside an office, a cubicle, a classroom, even at the house. But if we try to change a small thing that's in our minds, we might actually step towards another future the next day. So, have you heard of the famous expression, a healthy mind in a healthy body? How about we reverse that? What do I mean? Put chip in your mind like Elon Musk? No, we don't do that stuff. But what we could do is we introduce energy into our minds through a different method. If you have a dream, I'm sure most of you have dreams, right? It's a thought in your mind. How do you take your dream and make it a reality? Let's imagine this is a box, that's your dream, and this is the reality you're living in. What's that thing in between these two boxes? It's your brain. Or another method, it's your mind. So if you take the energy and induce your brain with that dream every single day, we call it manifestation, right? When we say manifestation, it doesn't mean just sitting and just thinking, yes, I'm going to do it. The belief is there, but there are three main factors I believe that brings your dream to reality. Number one is the hope. If you don't have hope in your dream, you might not believe in it. So when someone talks about your dream or someone asks you what's your dream, when you say it, it might look like my introduction, the first one, because you don't believe in it. Number two is the planning. So when you use your brain for the plan, you are close to step number three, which is execution. So these three steps happen inside your mind. So induce vitality, which is the energy that you need to convert your dream into the reality. Now we spoke about I. Let's go further out and change the horizon from I to we. Imagine with me, you wake up one morning, you're heading to work, you're walking down the street, all right? You don't feel yourself very much that day. You're feeling a bit low, you had a fight with your spouse the previous night, you're not feeling right. You're walking down the street, a stranger comes by, and they're like, nice hair, bro. Or nice outfit, nice shoes, whatever. How would your mood change? What do you think? It steps up. You don't know the person. You don't know who they are. You don't know their name, their age, nothing. They just came by, they said and left. Why? Another individual inspired you to feel better about yourself. So that's what we do as a community. We live together, we embrace each other's cultures, and we uplift the spirits. That's all that we do. I grew up in a very diverse environment. I think in my community, I think we had more than 25 nationalities. So all those together gave me an idea that cultures are subjective. You either like them or you don't like them. But if you don't embrace other cultures, what happens is that you get confined to that small box, which is introduction of mind. You become so dull in your small box that you don't believe other people exist. So my idea was get involved with others, talk to them, learn their language, learn their ways and methods, go to their homes during their festivities. They'll be happy. And then you invite them to your home for the festivities. This way what happens is that we give vitality to each other in the community. And this is how we grow as one single piece. Now that was a community. We went from speaking about me to us, the whole community. Now talk about the entire planet. Let's take a pause here, a moment, and think about where we are. We are floating on a rock. And this rock is moving through space at a speed of 107,000 kilometers an hour. That is 30 kilometers in 1 second. Can you feel it? No, because it's much bigger than us. And this rock has an atmosphere, 80% nitrogen, 19% oxygen, perfect for human beings to exist, perfect for us to breathe and survive. What about the gravity? It's 1g, 9.8 meter per second square, which is perfect for me to be standing here. If it was less, I'll be floating. If it was more, I'll be stuck to the ground like a bread. We don't have that. And also, the earth has enough resources for us to survive for how many years ever you want. But my question is this. The earth has provided us with all these things. It pretty much has set up life for us. And it's given its energy to us for us to live and survive. My question is, why aren't we giving back the same energy to the earth to sustain, preserve, reserve, and keep it clean for the next generation? It's very important us to believe this thing. It's a big oasis in space moving around a big star. But we don't know how long we're going to be affecting the earth this way. So our future generation is not going to be in safe hands. So it's our job to introduce sustainable vitality into the earth and make sure the earth is ready for us to live and for the next generations to come. Now, to make that happen, it's very important for us to introduce something else. How did we get to sustainability? And to do that, to execute sustainability, we need something very important. These are the 4 big names that I think. Number 1 is science. Number 2 is technology. Number 3 is innovation. And number 4 is entrepreneurship. All these 4 come together under the big umbrella of financial sustainability. And that's important for every nation to follow, because with financial sustainability, we can produce the correct amount of results from the resources we have. We don't overexploit it. We don't use it to a limit that we don't need. And also, we'll keep the next generation's resources ready for them to use. So that's why financial sustainability is the vital point of every nation. And if one nation does it, the others will follow the same sustainable ways. Because as I mentioned in the beginning, vitality is the most contagious thing that everyone could follow. It could happen from person to person, from nation to nation. Lastly, we talk about science, we talk about technology. But what is that one language that does not have grammatical rules? What do you think? Art is the one language that I call the most universal language we could use without saying a word, that we can use it as a form of communication. Why? Because, as I mentioned in the beginning, a dream is a thought. Art is actually in someone's head. But when it comes to reality, it becomes a tangible product. It's a tangible thing. You can touch it, physical, or even you can see it. So it came out from someone's mind. So vitality in the brain of person that has an art in it doesn't have to be science technology. A world with just science and technology is dull without the art. So this way, what we can do is bring more communities together to work in the field of science and art to make it more colorful. And the world will remain colorful with the art going on along with the science and technology. And lastly, I would like to finish off with this one, because this is the most important thing. I mentioned a lot of things, but the most important one that needs to keep going for you as a person and for a group of people is consistency. Now, if we remain in a dream thinking about it, you might think about it every day, but the consistent thought and action is required to keep going forward. And that's why I would like to say to the bigger groups, to the bigger crowds, even to the big governments, like if we have sustainability going on and vital sustainability is important for human beings, we're going to make the earth a beautiful place for us and for the next generations. And thank you.